Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing the completion review of the diamond painting of this image here. It's from DIYChoose. I did get it as a product review, and on their site it was $12.99. It's slightly smaller than a 40 by 50 with poured glue, square drills that did have DMCs. This had 35 colors in all. This took me 6 days to complete. And I had a couple issues on this one. But here it is. Well, let me move you up so you could get the full. I have my portfolio book next to me, so that's what you see on the back there. I guess a little bit more up. There you go. See the whole thing here? I think overall this turned out very, very beautiful. Like, you get the main details of the main flowers. These flowers here. This one kind of looks kind of a blur, but in the original picture, like this one looks kind of like a blur, but in the original picture it's not that clear either. And then the background, like sunflower field here, and then I guess this is a house or something back there. Houses back there. It looks like blurs in the background, but that's okay. We could treat it like one of those pictures that, you know, like in a photo sometimes you, your photograph focuses on the stuff on top in front, and then in the back it's all blurry. That's what I'm gonna go for. But if you just look at the main sunflowers here, I think it looks really, really good, and I think they got the colors pretty good too. Like, there is a nice gradient of colors, and you could see that these are leaves. You could see the petals of the sunflower. So I'm very happy about that. I mean, you could even see the butterfly, although it's not the clearest, because the butterfly in the original picture is not that clear either. I think it just looks awesome. And I did use tons of ABs on this. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used 5 different ABs, and that's because those are the ones I had, and I thought they worked with where I was going to put them. So, let me move you down. So, I used my yellow AB in just like, there's little certain portions of here that has an AB. I'm not sure how well the camera picks up the AB colors, and then I used a red AB in this butterfly, and then I used, it's like a maroon looking AB in the middle of the flower here, and I only used those yellow ABs in the flower portions, these 2 flowers here. These 2 flowers. All the other flowers I left as original, just because, one, I don't know if I did buy a lot of ABs, but you can end up using up like a good chunk of it just for one diamond painting, and I just wanted to highlight the flowers, and I didn't want to waste the ABs on the background or something. So I used, yeah, the ABs, and I had a green AB that I actually used throughout the whole painting because it wasn't that many. But no, I think I'm very happy with the rendering of this. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and before I start talking about everything that was wrong with this thing, but no, yeah, I'm very happy, very, very happy with how this turned out. And if it wasn't for all the problems I had with this, I would be happier with this. So my issue was, and it was very bad, very bad, is, so normally diamond paintings from the company that you know, renders it with this, which is a very popular diamond painting company called Huacan on AliExpress. They normally do double-sided adhesive, and I think if they had given me if I had gotten this from DIYChoose on double-sided adhesive, I wouldn't have had half the problems that I had with this one. So the glue that they added to this, I think at some point, these budget diamond painting companies were getting canvases from, you know, Huacan, the Huacan manufacturer, and they first were selling them on these budget diamond painting companies as the original double-sided adhesive, and then I think people must have complained and was like, I don't want double-sided adhesive. So I have no idea who ended up like, I don't know if like Whocan was just like, here, go put your own glue, and then someone else put the glue on it. But for whatever reason, the way the poured glue got put on this one was really, really bad. Like, there's so much excess glue on the edges, and in the back, well, I don't know if you can tell anymore because I sealed this. Normally I don't seal my diamond paintings, but I had to seal this because I noticed that there was tons of excess glue on the edges. Like you can see this got dirty because there was excess glue. I ended up having to put some tape around because there was so much excess glue that just was like, it wasn't even like, you know, it was excess on the sides in like in a nice like straight line. It was just kind of splattered on there. So I think there was just the way the poured glue got added to this particular diamond painting. I think I got I think if someone else went and bought the same painting, they wouldn't have had the same problem as me. I think I just got the one that was a lemon in how the poured glue got added to it. Because what happened was, so I have a tendency to, I think I did this part first, and I had no problem there. It was around this section here. There was like little spots of like maybe yay big that were like, did not have glue at all. So it kind of looked like, you know how like if you pour like glue on something and then you didn't put enough glue, and then when you spread it out there could be like little pockets of no glue, just because that's what happened. There was just little pockets of no glue, and it was just kind of annoying because you didn't know that there was no glue on there until you tried to put a drill on it. So then after I found those sections, I started, every time I opened, because I diamond paint by section, every time I opened another section, I would just put my finger, like I would just seriously touch the whole section and make sure that there was glue throughout the whole thing. And once I started doing that, it was much better. But I didn't realize there was sections with no glue until I had done some sections, and then I didn't want to really pull out the drills. So what I ended up doing was I ended up just keep going, and then towards the end, I ended up putting glue. Like, I typically use this glue if I just need a little bit of spot. So you just put on, it goes on blue, and then you let it dry and it becomes clear, and then it's tacky like poured glue. Or if I had a big spot, I would use this one, tack it over and over. Aleene's tack it over and over, and I would just put it on and let it dry, and then once it's dry, it's tacky like poured glue. But I was hesitant to just leave it like that way, so then I ended up sealing this. And I don't seal my diamond paintings, but I don't typically seal my diamond paintings. I ended up using this Liquitex Professionals Acrylic Mediums High Gloss Varnish, and typically I use Minwax Polycrylic, or I've had good success with some spray sealers, with a spray sealer. But since it's winter and I can't open my windows and I can't do it outside because it's pouring rain, I can't really use any of them because they have the fumes, and this one, at least this one, doesn't have the fumes. My main problem with this one is that it has it's really thin. Like, the consistency of it is really thin, so it has a tendency for me to at least bubble when I apply it. So I didn't really like using it as much, but what I ended up doing was I applied it, and then I got a hair dryer, and then I just had the hair dryer go through the whole thing to pop any bubbles, and I think that worked to an extent. So I think that works. So if I'm gonna do a sealing thing, I might do that again. So yeah, and then I do like that this doesn't have the smell that my other sealers have, like the bad smell that my other sealers have. This one just kind of smells like glue. But I don't like sealing things because it's really stiff now. Like, normally I would lift this up and then it would, plop backwards, but now it's like, it's stiff. So, but I mean, the sealer, I think, did okay. I think any sealer will always take away some of the sparkle because because I think just a sealer itself does kind of add a layer, and then it could kind of cover up some of the facets of the diamond, the drills, and that's why I think you lose some of the sparkle. But for a square that doesn't tend to twinkle any as much as a round, and it just has a shine, it just kind of leaves it similar. And I don't think I think it didn't really affect the AB drills that I put in here. But yeah, I don't typically put sealer on, just FYI. But that's what I use for this, just mainly because I can't open my windows for ventilation. So drill wise, I don't think I ran out of anything. I had plenty of it left over. And if you have done any diamond painting from the company from the Huacan company, their drills are not perfect, but they're not the worst. And because I got so like invested. See, I can't even, it's so stiff. I got so invested in telling you about my glue adventure that I forgot to say this is why I don't mind Huacan, is that there is very, very minimal gapping. So that is like, that's how squares should be. They should just shove each other into place, so it doesn't look like you were really bad at diamond painting it, just because like when there's gapping, it looks like you messed up in how you diamond painted it. So the one good thing about this company is they have very, very minimal gapping for squares. So yeah, the only thing is the glue on this was just bad. But hey, it gave me something to talk about, right? So I'm just going to cut this out and put it onto a black paper and then put it in my art portfolio. If I had done this earlier in the fall season, I would probably frame this, but yeah, yeah, I decided not to because my Christmas, I already have my fall diamond painting up, and my Christmas one is gonna be like the next stuff that I have to put up. So yeah, I'm not gonna frame it, but I think it looks pretty enough to frame because I'm happy with the results of this one. So the one thing is, if you're going to seal something, make sure you really go down on it with your rolling pin, because I do notice some parts here lifted. Oh, I lost the drill. Number 7. Oh, okay. Number 7. It's either I lost the drill or never had the drill in the first place. It could be either of them. So, oh wait, it's not going to be sticky anymore because it's not going to, I forgot that pen is not open yet, and I don't want to open it. I'm going to go get my open one. Okay, so I'm just going to get the glue pen, and I'm just going to put a bunch in there, and I realize I'm going to have to wait for it to dry. So hopefully I remember to put this one in there when I get finished cutting. But yeah, that's also why I keep my legends. If I notice something popped off, I could put a drill back in there. Or, I could have just missed it. Sometimes when you have just one random color in the middle of nowhere, because a lot of the, if you buy diamond paintings from AliExpress, they have no care for how confetti heavy it would be. And I don't mind the confetti heavy because I think they get the correct kind of shading for the picture. But when things are confetti heavy, you do sometimes just miss a spot, even though you think you got everything. Especially since I diamond paint really big sections. I diamond paint, I would open up a section, I would probably do half and then do a section that big. I diamond paint really big sections, and I think that's how I can finish more. You know, it's so much easier to cut the canvas after I sealed it. Because I think it just makes the diamond painting so like sturdy that, or not sturdy, I don't know. I don't know what the right words are. It just makes the diamond painting stiff that cutting it out. And then plus I don't have that hazards of where I think I'm gonna cut the, or where I think the ones on the edges might come off depending on how I'm cutting it. So yeah. Yeah, see, it's so stiff, like, look at that. And then, oh, and if you do seal, especially a square, if you do seal a square, it becomes stiff, and then if you break it, you can sometimes see the break in the sealant. You can see the break in the sealant, so... And hence why I don't think you normally should seal a square, because the whole reason normally I would seal a diamond painting is because I'm putting it out with no protective covering, so I want to protect my diamond painting from the dust, and in rounds you do just have those gaps between the drills that are still sticky, so then I figure dust will hit it really, really well. Oh, is number 7? It's still blue, so it's still drying. So let me put a legend on here. Yeah, this one. See, like I said, I do keep my legend so that on the chance that I see something is missing, which I just did while cutting this out, then I can always just go into my go into this journal, find it, and I know what drills to use. So I'm just gonna use double-sided tape on the back of this to stick it to my journal. Here. Okay. There, my journal is complete now. Have my notes, have my picture of the finish. Okay, so let's see. Is that number 7? The glue looks a little bit more transparent. I'm just impatient and I just want it done. So there. And the reason I needed to put the glue is after sealing, there was no way that was sticky. So okay, so now I'm just gonna put it on to some, yeah, when you seal it, you do see the splotches of the sealant. It doesn't look that pretty. So I'm just gonna put some double-sided tape in the back here so that I could put on the black background. Man, I could kind of hear it crunching because, you know, it's the sealant makes it kind of crunchy, especially on a square. The round, I think it doesn't make it as crunchy because there is usually a little bit of gapping between the spaces on the round. So while it does make it stiff, not as stiff as a square if you seal it. And most of the time, I really don't seal my diamond paintings. So if you don't have to, I would recommend not bothering because it's effort. Oh man, you know what I realized is It's so stiff that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get the center one. So, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the tape from the center one. Because usually it's flexible and I'll be able to get the tape from the center one. I might have to break the sealant a little bit. Okay, so yeah, see, it's so stiff. Okay, it's so stiff. Not sure. Okay. So then it's so stiff that the edges here kind of stick out more, but that's okay. If I do frame this, there's going to be glass on top, or you know, the plastic on top, and it will be fine. So So I have my big portfolio book here. Trying to find my I do start it from the back and then go forward. That my mentality is that way I won't have to lift up like several heavy diamond paintings, because diamond paintings are heavy, and that's why also I'm only putting this one diamond painting per sleeve, because just so even though my I could put, theoretically I could put, I think 48, because there's 24 sleeves. It would get really heavy if I put in that many diamond paintings. And this is already my second of these 18 by 24 inch art portfolios, so I know how heavy it is. So remarkably, I'm already halfway done with this portfolio book. I might have to buy more. Or I have one more still, so maybe I'm just diamond painting too much. Alright, so there is my finish for this video. So thank you for watching and happy diamond painting. Bye!